There. We're talking soon to map out a game plan to make running your business easier. To get you ready for the call, I'm going to show you how to do a business self-scan that shows you where to find the best opportunities in your business for growth. It's a model that I'm going to draw for you. So grab a piece of paper and a pen and follow along as I go. And in about 5 minutes, you're going to end up with a scan of exactly what's happening in your business. So grab a piece of paper and let's get started. But before I do, I'm also going to get you to traffic light score each area we talk about with green for strong suits, red for weak spots, and yellows for the in-betweens. Then that way, when we get together on our call, you can walk me through your scan to make sure your game plan is perfect for your situation. Cool? Now, let's get started. All right. As business owners, all of us want our version of an ideal business with ideal income, freedom, and scale. Now, my ideal business and your ideal business, they're probably going to be a little bit different from each other, and that's okay. I wouldn't expect them to be the same. And the bloke that you met at the business chamber breakfast last month, well, he's going to have his own version of ideal too. So it's important to get some context around an ideal business kind of really means. Now, an ideal business in terms of income, freedom, and scale means ideal income, so you earn what you want, allowing you to live the life that you want to live. It means ideal freedom, allowing you to choose how and when you spend your time, both in and out of your business, and making sure you can make it to your kids' soccer games, soccer training, and be home on time for dinner with the family, right? And then ideal scale. Yeah, that's 3. Ideal scale, which is having a business the size you want. So you can work in it if you choose to, or you can let it run smoothly without you if that's the big end goal for you. Okay. But all of that can seem a long way away, right? Our ideal business can seem a long way away when we run into the problems that block the way. All right. But we also know that whatever we focus on is going to grow. So if we look down all the time, if we're always looking down, we're only ever going to see the problems. But if we spend some time and we look up, well, then we're going to see opportunities. But if we're always too busy dealing with the problems, we're going to miss all the opportunities that lie in front of us. We're just not going to see them. So if we're going to do this, if we're going to spend a few minutes and do a business scan on your business, well, then it's important that we kind of look up, all right, not down, because that's where the opportunities are. Opportunities are up. So the question then becomes, how on earth do we get your business from where you are to an ideal business, your version of ideal? Well, it's pretty easy. We model what successful businesses and what successful business owners do, because what they do is best practice. Now, there are 3 key areas that a successful business will do really, really well. It comes in how they manage their people, in the way they promote what they sell, and the way they control their margins. All right, so 3 key areas: people, promote, and margins. And remember, you've got a piece of paper and a pen in front of you. If not, you should have. Well, then if you do, and you should, your model should look something like what I've got down here below. If not, pause the video here and just get yourself caught up, because we're going to run through this pretty quickly now. All right, but the first area that we're going to look at is people. And this is the bit where I'm going to get you to do your traffic lights as well, like red, green, yellow, okay? Now remember, red means that there are problems that need fixing, yellow means there's room for improvement, and green kind of gives us an indication that things are going well for you and your business. Now, there's 3 key areas inside people, and the first key driver is our culture. All right, that says culture. Anyway, I'm not a handwriting specialist. We're here to do this. Now, the first area is culture. A lot of problems in a business come from when you have a culture of, when your team have a culture of just kind of showing up, when you really need them to be stepping up. So if your team just kind of punches the clock, right? No enthusiasm, just the bare minimum, red light. If your team are high performers, right? Let me move that. If your team are high performers, always pumped up, pushing each other to always be doing better, they're stepping up, green light, right? And if your team just kind of shows up, does their job, and that's about it, yellow light. All right. So take a second, jot down culture. Are you red, yellow, green? Give yourself an honest answer. Now, remember, most businesses are only one step away from getting a culture of people that deals with problems easily. And also remember, the more reds and yellows you have here, the more opportunities there are in your business. That's a damn good thing. Okay. So be honest with yourself. Don't be disheartened here. That's not what this is about. This isn't here to, we're not doing this to make you feel bad. Okay. Red and yellow mean there are problems to fix and opportunities to chase, and that's a good thing. So be brutally honest. Don't score yourself a green if you know it to be true that maybe you're more yellow or even red in that particular area. Because if you're not honest with yourself, the only person you're deceiving is you. So before anything can change, we need to know what needs changing, right? We need to shine a spotlight on the problems so that we know what to fix and where that is. And that's what this exercise is designed to do, to shine a spotlight on the problems worth fixing and the opportunities worth chasing. There's no point saying something is green if it's not, because all you're going to do is we're not going to spend as much time on that area as we need to get it from where it actually is into the green that you wish it to be. All right. Now, I'll jump off my high horse there and we'll jump into the next area, the next driver in an ideal business. An ideal business will always keep score. All right. We all know that what gets measured gets managed. So thinking about your business, if everyone knows the numbers that they're meant to be hitting, they know the targets and they're hitting them regularly, you have green in your score. If no one has a damn clue about the targets or how to measure success, that's going to be red. All right. And if some of the team kind of have an idea, it's hit and miss whether you hit them, that's yellow. All right. Now, the next area, the last area inside people, is our systems. Now, systems and processes need to be smooth. They need to be well documented. They need to be communicated effectively. So if in your business, everything feels like it flows super duper well, processes are documented, they're followed, and everything flows, green. If some processes are smooth, but we hit snags here and there, right? Or there's a little bit of improvement to make, yellow. And if it's a mess, right? If it's a jungle out there, there's friction everywhere, nothing's documented, no two things ever turn out the same, and things are kind of getting stuck, red. Got it? Okay, so that's the people area side of things. That's the people side of things. Now, by now, you should have traffic lights in each of the drivers in people, and your model should look something like this. Not saying you're going to be yellow, yellow, red. Maybe you're green, green, yellow. I don't know, right? It's going to be different for you. But you should have something like this. If not, pause the video again, catch yourself up, because we're going to run through the next 6 pretty quickly. All right? Now, the next area that we're going to look at is promote. How an ideal business promotes itself with its sales and its marketing. An ideal business is only going to be dealing with A-grade buyers. Okay? Whereas a lot of problems in a business come from dealing with a whole heap of C and D grade buyers. So if you only have A graders, right, that's a customer or client who pays and stays and refers others like them, you're playing in the green space. If you've got a mix of B and C kind of grade clients, right, you've got some good, some bad, some that give you a headache, they pay mostly on time, but there's a little bit of work to do here, well, then you're yellow. And if a lot of your client base are C and D grade clients, as in they're difficult to deal with and they pay late consistently and they cause you more issues and headaches than you'd like for you and your team, you got red. All right. Now, many problems in a business is also going to come from a lack of leads. Right. So if you think about your business and the lead flow in your business like water from a tap, it's going to be flowing, it's going to be dripping, or it's going to be kind of rusted shut. So if leads are rare and you get the odd drop here and there, but, largely nothing, your tap is rusted shut. That's red. Okay. But maybe leads flow like a waterfall for you in your business. That'd be all right, eh? If they flow like a waterfall, there's heaps of leads, the tap is flowing, open and flowing, green. And if maybe they come and go with no real predictability, right? Just kind of every now and then, that's more of a trickle, then you're yellow, right? And the last area is sales. All right, the sales side of your business. Now, sales is going to be a confidence area in your business if your sales process is strong, if it delivers consistent results, right? And if that's your business, green. If you think maybe your sales are fairly fragile, there's a whole heap of outside factors that affect whether you do or don't make a sale, right? And that can be anything from the economy to interest rates or anything in between, right? That would be a red. That would be an example of red. All right. But if sales are okay, right, you make them relatively consistently, bit price sensitive from time to time, but reasonably all right, you're yellow. Okay. Now, the last area to focus on here is our margins. Now, inside margins, the first area is costs. Costs cause a lot of problems in a business, especially when they blow out with spending too much time doing the wrong thing. So if costs are high and they're all over the place and they're hard to manage, you are red. Okay. But if costs are usually okay, but sometimes get out of hand, well, then you're going to be yellow. And if you have solid cost controls, your costs are predictable, well done, because that is green. And that means that your margins are going to be far easier to maintain. All right. Now let's have a look at the next area, which is prices, right? Thinking about prices in your business, is it easy to charge premium prices from your buyers? Do price increases happen regularly or at least scheduled inside your business? If so, well done, green, right? Or if in your business you can sometimes charge a higher price, but you kind of get a bit of pushback every now and then when you go through a price increase, but they largely pay it, well then will you be yellow, right? But if you get a lot of pushback, if you get a lot of pushback on your prices and you don't really remember the last time you did a price increase or even a pricing review, well then you're red. Cool. All righty, we're nearly there, coming into the home stretch. Okay, the last area is cash flow, right? Cash flow in a business should be strong and should be predictable. When cash flow is strong, and you've got cash flow forecasts in place, it's going to allow you to make smart, financial based business decisions using data. If that's you, you are green, right? If your cash flow is weak, it's unpredictable, and you make decisions on more sort of gut feel instead of what the data shows you, well, then you are red. And if it's mostly good but has the occasional peaks and troughs, right? Well, if that's you, then maybe your cash flows are yellow. Okay. Now, if you followed along and you've been highlighting as you go and you've been brutally honest with where you're at, not kind of where you wish you were, then what we've got now is a 360-degree scan of your business, which also means that there are probably some strong areas, right? Strong areas that we can leverage and turn the volume up on. And then there's probably some opportunities that we can chase down and turn reds and yellows into greens on our way to your ideal business. Okay, great. So now we've got a 360-degree scan of your business. So you should know that ideal businesses make up only about 20% of the operators in any industry, including yours. But they make 80% of the money, whereas 80% are blocked or stuck, which is why they only make about 20% of the money. Now, our job together is to leverage your green areas and turn any reds into greens, because what we know is often we're only a few tweaks away from a new level of performance in our business. So when we get together on our call, I'll get you to take me through your scan. Then we'll get to work on putting a game plan together to move our focus up so it's focused on ideal. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on our call.